Winter is a great time to really see the shape of your deciduous trees. When all the leaves are there in summer, it's actually quite hard to see what the structure is. But this is a great time to see that structure and see the structure that you want and the vision that you've got for the shape of this tree. Unfortunately, not all trees like to be trimmed during winter, particularly your soft fruits like cherries, peaches, apricots, plums. They're very susceptible to bacterial infections, and in winter when you trim, the wounds stay open for a much longer time because the tree is growing very slowly or dormant. So they prefer to be trimmed actually in summertime. It's a bit harder because you can't really see the structure. However, this is a pear and they love to be trimmed at all times of year. So let's have a look. So that's the shape here, the overall shape of our espalier, being trained into those horizontal, across the horizontal wires. So what do you actually have to do for that? As you can see here, here's the wire, there's the branch. The branch obviously wants to grow upwards, and so every now and again we're just tying it on. That's the year before's growth. You can see it's brown. There's a new colour here. That's everything that we grew in this last season. Now during the season I didn't keep it pinned down absolutely, because the tree actually, if it feels it can grow up, it gets a lot more, a better head of steam. The sap starts rising and it really starts growing. If you keep them always pinned to the horizontal, that will actually slow the growth. So this growing stem here last year, I didn't pin it down, and so it's grown up at a 45-degree angle there, which is fine. So I did all that growth in one season. Now our job, it's starting to harden off now. It's no longer green, it's going a brown colour, and if I leave it for too much longer, it will solidify in that shape. So now that it's winter, after that summer growth, it's time to trim it to pin it down. So then really all you do there is tie it back down a little bit closer, and then next year from that point it will then grow up at 45 degrees for another season, and we just continue like that. However, this year it's time on the big picture for this branch to go up. So let's see how you do that. So in the same way that this branch has done its 90-degree turn, it's time for this branch now to do its 90-degree turn and head up there. So last year we just let it grow up at this 45-degree angle, but now it's time to get it to do a 90-degree turn right there. Now this is the branch here that we want to do a right angle there. That's not a natural maneuver for a branch, so we're going to help it along the way. Start by just attaching it to the bottom support, then tie it onto the upwards one, the vertical support. And then just to make this a really nice tight corner, then you hit a third piece of string there. We'll just place it there, and you really make that a very unnatural but striking shape by pulling it in. After a few years that will harden up and it will stay there quite naturally, and then next year, next season, now that this branch has a chance to grow upwards, it'll really shoot up, because that's the preference for the tree, is to actually grow upwards. You're annoying it a little bit by keeping it down like this, but now once it gets a chance here, it will really take off. Well, all done here. This little branch is strapped up and ready to go into its new shape. Be sure to keep in touch. I'll be checking back in over the next few months about what the little tasks are that are required for espalier trees to really create and then maintain that beautiful shape of an espalier.